Essay 315. Hey, hi everyone, this is C. Ravi Agrawal and let's discuss Essay 315. Okay, so what is Essay 315? Identify and assess the risk of material misstatement through understanding entity and its environment. Identify and assess what? Identify and assess the risk of material misstatement. How? Through understanding entity and its environment. Okay, so two essays are there which are related. One is essay 315 and next is essay 330. Essay 315 and 330 both talk about risk of material misstatement, but essay 315 talk about identify and assess. Identify, that is find out, and assess, that is find out the priority. Identify and assess the risk of material misstatement through how? Through understanding entity and its environment. This is essay 315. Essay 330 talks about response to assess risk. Okay, it talks about the auditor's response to assess risk. You identify, you assess the risk of material misstatement in 315, but in 330 you respond to that identify and assess risk. Clear? All right then. See, 31 we are focusing here on 315. Okay, so what are the objectives of auditor as per essay 315? First, it's simple. You understood the heading, no? It's similar to that. What are the objectives of the auditor as per 315? Number one, it says understand entity and its environment and internal control. What do you want? You want to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement. Then first, understand entity and its environment and internal control. First objective is understand entity and its environment and internal control. Second objective as per essay 315 is identify and assess the risk of material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error, at financial statement level also and at assertion level also. It simply says 315 is just talking to you and saying that, okay, you want to know the second objective of auditor, identify and assess the risk of material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error, at financial statement level also and at assertion level also. And then lastly, design response to assess risk. You are saying, oh my god, the response to assess risk. No, design response to assess risk. Here in essay 315 you are not going to respond to assess risk. No, you are going to design response to assess risk of material misstatement. Okay, fine. So what are we starting? Come on, 315, identify and assess the risk of material misstatement through understanding entity and its environment. What are the objectives? Three simple objectives: understand entity and its environment and internal control, identify and assess risk of material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error, at financial statement level also or assertion level also, and last objective, design response to assess risk of material misstatement. Now see, in this essay it's saying that what are the requirement of essay 315. What are the requirement of essay 315? The first requirement, very simple requirement, is you have to apply risk assessment procedure. What are the requirement of essay 315? First requirement is that you got to apply risk assessment procedure. I said, well, I will. You have to. Second is understand entity and its environment. You have to understand entity and its environment. Then you have to understand about internal control. Okay, and then you have to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement. That is our heading. You have to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement, and then significant risk. Okay, you have to also understand, yeah, what are the essay 315 is telling you understand what are the significant risks, and you also have to check the risk in computerized environment. Okay, and then if required you have to revise what? Risk assessment, your risk assessment. Okay, so let's discuss each one of them one by one. So first requirement of essay 315 is risk assessment procedure, RAP, risk assessment procedure. Okay, if auditor shall identify and assess risk of material misstatement, okay, by performing our risk assessment procedure. If an auditor, okay, if auditor wants to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement, what he has to do? He has to perform risk assessment procedure. Very simple. Risk assessment procedure, if auditor want to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement, he has to perform risk assessment procedure. What does risk assessment procedure include? It includes IOIA. What does it include? IOIA. I is inquiry, O is observation, I is inspection, and A is analytical review. So very simple requirement essay 315. What are the requirement essay 315? There are so many requirements. First requirement is risk assessment procedure. If auditor shall identify and assess the risk of material misstatement by performing risk assessment procedure. Risk assessment procedure include IOIA. I is inquiry with management and others. O is observation, I is inspection, A is analytical review. Auditor shall consider the following points for identifying and assessing the risk of material misstatement. Auditor shall also, if auditor wants to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement, he shall perform RAP, risk assessment procedure. But if he shall also consider the following points also. What else he should do other than RAP? He should check client and acceptance continuance client acceptance and continuance process. Yeah, he should check those client acceptance and continuance process. He will get more information there. Then what else he should do? Knowledge obtained from other engagement of same entity. Are you getting me? Knowledge obtained from other engagement of same entity. Okay, the knowledge obtained from previous audit. Okay, by doing all this also he can identify and assess of risk of material misstatement, right? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Okay, so he wants to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement. He can perform RAP. Okay, he shall also consider the following point: client acceptance and continuance process, knowledge obtained from other engagement of same entity, knowledge obtained from previous audit, and discussion with team member. Got it? The first requirement is done, that is RAP, risk assessment procedure. Second is he has to understand entity and its environment. Second requirement of 315, second requirement 315, first was risk assessment procedure. Second is understanding entity and its environment. Very simple. I made a mnemonic, like you love it, so I made it. It's mini. Mini what? No, only mini. Mini. Understand entity and its environment. The shortcut, the mnemonic is mini. M-I-N-I. M is you have to measure and review entity financial statement. Okay, you want to understand entity. Okay, you want to understand entity and its environment. So you do mini. M is you got to measurement and review of entity financial statement. Okay, I'll do that. I is that you have to check the internal control also. Then only you can understand entity and its environment. Internal control. I. N is you also have to check the nature of entity, right? Nature of entity and application of accounting policy. All right, so you have to check the nature of entity. N. And I is industry and industry regulation and other external factors. Okay, you also have to check the industry regulation and other external factors. All right, so what are we studying? We are studying 315. Okay, so firstly we understood what are the objective of 315: understand entity, environment, identify, assess risk of material misstatement through whether due to fraud at financial statement level also, at assertion level also, to design response to assess risk. Okay, design response to assess risk. Okay, now what are the requirements? There are so many requirements. First requirement, RAP. Okay, risk assessment procedure. Auditors identify, assess risk of material misstatement by performing a risk assessment procedure. It includes IOIA. I is inquiry with management, another observation, inspection and analytical review. All right then, and so also consider the following point, like client acceptance and continuous process, knowledge obtained from other engagement of same entity, knowledge obtained from previous audit, discussion with team member. Now the next requirement 315 is understanding entity and its environment. What is the mnemonic? Mini. M is measurement and review of entity financial performance. High is industry regulation and other external factor. N is nature of entity and I is internal control. Is it done? Yeah. So next the next requirement 315 is internal control. You also have to understand internal control. What are the question over here is what are the components of internal control? Okay, so I made mnemonic for this also. It's CA ka aim. Kiska aim? CA ka aim. Okay, C is control environment. C is control environment. Okay, and then A is control activities. Okay, C is, write it, CA ka aim. Okay, then C is your control environment, A is control activities, aim, A is risk assessment procedure, and I is information system, and M is monitoring of controls. Okay, right. So what are we studying? Components of internal control. The first component is control environment. Next C. A is control activities. A is risk assessment procedure. I is information system relevant to financial reporting. M is monitoring of control. This is your component of internal control. Next, understand C. CA. C is control environment. What do you have to do here? You have to understand control environment, whether management with TCWG has created or maintained any culture of honesty or ethical behavior or not. You have to understand the control environment, whether the management with TCWG has created or maintained any culture of honesty or ethical behavior. You just check. Okay, understand whether the management with TCWG has created or maintained a culture of honesty or ethical behavior. C. A is activities, control activities. Auditor shall obtain understanding of control activities relevant to audit. For example, authorization. It's talking about control activity, whether you've given authorization to anyone, segregation of duty there or not, safeguard is there or not, asset accountability there or not. So you have to see the control activity. Auditor shall obtain understanding of control activity relevant to audit. All right, then next is CA is done. Aim. A is risk assessment procedure. Risk assessment procedure. A, assessment procedure. Next is information system relevant to financial reporting. You have to see whether it's automatic or manual, and lastly you have to monitor the control. Okay, CA का aim, component of internal control, CA का aim. C is control environment, A is control activities, M is risk assessment procedure, and I is information system relevant to financial reporting, and M is monitoring of control. The next requirement of 315, what all requirement we've done so far? Number one, risk assessment procedure, RAP, then understanding entities environment, internal control, and then next is identify and assess risk of material misstatement. Identify and assess risk of material misstatement at financial statement level. We heard it in the objective, the second objective, that you have to identify and assess the risk of material misstatement at financial statement level also and at a certain level also. Yes. For this purpose, what auditor is going to do? Simple, yeah, very simple. For this purpose, auditor shall identify risk. Okay, first of all, you identify, find out, determine the risk. That point number one. What else we do? Assess. Now, since you've identified the risk, now you got to assess the risk and evaluate its pervasiveness, right? You have to find out its priority, which one is more risky, right? So identify the risk and then you assess the identified risk and evaluate its pervasiveness. Okay, and then rotate the identified risk as to what can go wrong at a certain level, and then lastly, likelihood of misstatement, that is chances of misstatement. Okay, likelihood of misstatement, very simple. Like, you want to identify and assess the risk of misstatement at financial statement level and a certain level. What do you have to do? For this purpose, auditor, first of all, identify risk. Then once the risk is identified, you assess the risk, and then you rotate the identified risk as to what can go wrong at a certain level, and lastly, chances, likelihood of misstatement, you check it. Alright then. So next requirement is significant risk. You know this, but a very simple concept, significant risk. If it's required special audit consideration if the risk is significant. Obviously, if the risk is significant, what is required? Special audit consideration. So auditor has to give special audit consideration if the risk is significant, as per, who will tell you? Somebody will come and tell you the risk is significant? No. As per auditor's judgment, if the risk is significant, he has to apply special audit consideration. Okay, and like, while exercising judgment, auditor shall consider. Okay, what all he is going to consider while applying his judgment. Okay, he will apply the judgment and find out whether the risk is significant. If yes, he will apply special audit consideration, and while exercising judgment, he shall consider risk of fraud, complexity of transaction related with related party. Okay, and then significant unusual transaction. Okay, mark any 4 point. Risk of fraud he will check. Okay, while exercising judgment, he shall consider risk of fraud, complexity of transaction. Okay, transaction with related party, significant unusual transaction. All right, then next, what is the next requirement of 315? Next requirement is risk in computerized environment. Risk in computerized environment. You know this, it may not be possible to perform only substantive procedure. There are two types of procedure, that is compliance and substantive. I'm going to discuss about all this in 330. Just hold. So it may not be possible to perform only substantive procedure with respect to risk in case the business transaction data subject to highly automated processing. Of course, no, it's not possible only to perform substantive procedure with respect to risk in case of business transaction data that is highly automated processing. Okay, so in such case, what do I do? Here, audit evidence may be availed in electronic form. Here, how will you get? Because it is highly automated. So here, audit evidence you will be getting in electronic form. Its sufficiency and its sufficiency and appropriateness will depend upon. Okay, its sufficiency and if its sufficiency and appropriateness will depend upon the evidence. Sufficiency and appropriateness will depend upon effectiveness of control over accuracy and completeness. Okay. So potential for alteration of information exists and not detected would be greater if control are not operating effectively. So simple. Once again, let's understand what are we studying here. It says that it may not be possible to perform only substantive procedure with respect to risk in case of business transaction data highly automated. I understood. And here in this case, audit evidence may be available in electronic form, and the sufficiency and appropriateness of that evidence will depend upon effectiveness of control. Okay, and potential of alteration of information exists and not detected would be greater. Alteration in that case will be greater if the control are not operating effectively, because everything depends upon effectiveness of control. So if the control are not operating effectively, chances of alteration will be there. Potential for alteration of information will be there. Right, and then there is one more question here. If IT system also possesses specific risk, right? IT system also possesses specific risk to an entity's internal control. What are those risks? Let's understand about those risks. Okay, very simple here. Those risks are like, number one, you are placing reliance on inaccurate input processing output. Take it. Okay, you are placing there is more reliance on inaccurate input processing and output. Okay, then obviously the risk will be there. You are imposing reliance on inaccurate input processing output. Then what else? Okay, the next is possibility of IT personnel gaining access beyond those necessary to perform their assigned duty. Possibility of IT personnel gaining access beyond those necessary to perform their assigned duty. Inappropriate manual intervention. What is happening? Inappropriate manual intervention is happening. Then 3-pointer, unauthorized access to data, market, unauthorized access to data, unauthorized changes to data, unauthorized changes to system. Okay, and failure to make necessary changes to system. So what are those risks here? IT system also poses specific risks to an entity internal control. What are those risks? Number one, reliance on inaccurate input processing output, and then inappropriate manual intervention, then possibility of IT personnel gaining access beyond those necessary to perform their assigned duty, then unauthorized access to data, unauthorized changes to data, unauthorized changes to system, and then failure to make necessary changes to system. Then the last requirement, are you tired? No. Last requirement of SA 315, revision of risk assessment. Revision of risk assessment. Can I revise my risk assessment? Understand, if you understand, it becomes very simple. Can I revise my risk assessment? Yeah, you can. While performing further audit procedure, if auditor obtains new information. What happened? While performing while performing further audit procedure, if auditor obtains new information which is inconsistent with audit evidence. What happened? While performing further audit procedure, if auditor obtains new information which is inconsistent with audit evidence, then auditor shall revise the assessment and modify the further planned audit procedure. So simple. Revision of risk assessment. You can be revised risk assessment. Yeah, we can. What happened? When we can? While performing further audit procedure, you got to know auditor obtains new information which is inconsistent with evidence. Okay, then auditor shall revise the assessment and modify further planned audit procedure. Simple. Then lastly, there are two more questions. One is documentation. Documentation is so simple. What will you document here? Discussion with team member. Key element of understanding obtained. Whatever understanding that you obtain from with respect to entity and its environment, internal control, you document that also. Identified and assess risk of mental statement, financial statement level, assessment level, and risk identify and related control. So what all you are going to document? Whatever we have studied till now. Discussion with team member. Key element of understanding that we obtain. Identified and assess risk of mental statement and risk identify and control. And the last question, the Puri question, last question, condition and indicator that may indicate risk of mental misstatement. I will jot down all the indicator at one place and give it to you, so that you know in the entire essay what indicators are there, how many indicators are there. So here in 315 again we have indicators. Okay, so indicator that may indicate risk of mental misstatement. The mnemonic for this is Puri. You like Puri? Puri? You love it. So the Puri will indicate you that yeah, there is risk of mental misstatement. Risk of mental misstatement. Who will indicate you that there is a risk of mental misstatement? Puri. Okay, Puri will indicate me. Oh my God, there is a risk of mental misstatement. Okay, so Puri. P is when launch of new product or service. If there is a launch of new product. If there is a launch of new product, P, then it indicates that there may be risk of mental misstatement. Okay, all right. P. U is unusual transaction, significant amount of unusual transaction. Oh my God, there is a risk of mental misstatement. U. R is related party, significant transaction related party. Oh my God, there is a risk. I is internal control, weakness in internal control. Then obviously there is a risk. It may indicate risk of mental misstatement. Okay, so if somebody asks you condition indicator that may indicate risk of mental misstatement, Puri. P is launch of new product and service. U is significant amount of unusual transaction. R is related party, significant transaction related party. I is weakness in internal control. Such an easy essay, yeah. Such an easy. 315, 330 is related. In 315 you identify and assess the risk of mental misstatement through understanding entity environment, and 330 you respond to identified risk. Okay, and then identify and assess risk. Okay, and then what are objective audit? Or three simple objectives: understand entity and identify entity, environment and internal control. Understand entity, its environment, internal control. Next is identify and assess the risk of mental misstatement to understand due to fraud or error at financial statement level also, at assessment level also. And lastly, design response to assess risk. There are few requirements of 315. What are the requirements? Number one, risk assessment procedure. Auditor shall identify and assess the risk of mental misstatement by performing RAB. And what all are included in RAB? IOIA, inquiry with management and other, observation, inspection, analytical review. Then you understand entity and its environment. What is the mnemonic? MINI. M is measurement and review of entity financial performance. I is internal control. N is nature of entity, and I is industry, regulation, and other external factor. And then we understand internal control. What are its components? C is control environment. A is control activities. assessment procedure, risk assessment procedure. I is aim, I is information system, and M is monitoring. Then we understood that we have to identify, assess risk of misstatement at financial statement level or assessment level. For this, we have to identify, assess, rotate, and likelihood of misstatement we have to check. And significant risk. We if as per auditor judgment the risk is significant, that he has to apply a special audit consideration and has to consider risk of fraud and complexity of transaction related parties, significant unusual transaction. And there are risks in computerized environment also. What are those risks? Those risks are reliance to inaccurate input processing output, inaccurate the manual intervention, unauthorized access to data, unauthorized changes to data, unauthorized changes to system, failure to make necessary changes. Revision. Can we revise risk assessment? We can revise only while performing further audit procedure. If auditor obtain new information which is inconsistent with audit evidence, auditor shall revise the assessment and modify planned audit procedure. And documentation, we are going to document discussion, whatever discussion we had with team member, key element of understanding, obtain, identify and assess risk of misstatement, financial statement level also, assessment level also, and risk identified and related control. And what are the indicators that may indicate risk of material misstatement? PUDI. P is launch of new product and service. U is significant amount of unusual transaction. R is significant transaction with related party, and I is weakness and internal control. See you, bye bye, see you in next essay. Signing off. See you, Ravi Agrawal.